Hello and welcome back to Up the Villa podcast, and welcome to the Debrief, where we take a deeper look at all of the stats and the player positions and just have a real tactical look at what happened in Burnley 1, Aston Villa 3. So welcome to the show. I know a lot of you are really loving these in-depth performance analysis type videos. So thank you everybody who's been enjoying the content so far. If you are new, subscribe, helps me out massively. Drop a like. A lot of you do watch this episode, the debrief each week. So let's go big. Let's try and get 1,100 likes on this video and comment your thoughts in the comment section down below. So yeah, absolutely buzzing. Made up with the performance. I thought it was really, really good. There's a lot of positives now to take from the week that we've just had. Beating Everton, playing in Europe, playing on Sunday, and coming away with 3 wins. So, yeah, it was in Scotland, the away game. So I imagine we will be going further afield than Scotland. But first one ticked off, done nicely. And yeah, really good performance. Enjoyed watching us, which is a good thing, you know. I mean, it's great that we won, but it's great when we're watching us and we're playing so well, attacking so well. The shape of the team looked brilliant. So let's go straight on in there then. Let's go straight to the tactical pad. Let's have a look at some of the things that I was really impressed with in this game to start with then. So, as many of you will be aware, I much prefer our back 3-4 when it is made up of centre halves. I think we saw this in pre-season. We did something similar last season, but we didn't fully commit the right back to make up a back 3. It was sort of a tucking in, shall we say. But for me, I much prefer it when we've got Konsa, Carlos and Pau. I just think it looks more solid. It enables us to be more expressive further up the pitch, I think, because we've got that defensive nous. Carlos was tremendous in this game, absolutely tremendous. So that helps as well when you've got a player like Carlos. But so that's the first thing that I want to touch on, is that I much prefer when it looks like this. And I think Unai does as well, to be fair. Another observation that I made during the game was our box midfield, which was working really, really well as well. And what it was doing is it was really suffocating Cullen and Berg. So what we were doing is this box midfield here, made up of Luis Kamara, Diaby and McGinn. What it was enabling us to do was really sort of compact their 2 in the middle, and we sort of suffocated them, and they were finding it really difficult to get on the ball. We were really combative. Kamara was fantastic in this game, so aggressive, you know, nicking the ball off Sanderberg. And I just thought Kamara had a really, really brilliant game for Villa. He was tenacious, and I think he played really, really well. Cash had a really good game as well, breaking through and going to the back post, linking up well with Diaby when they were having to sort of interlink and swap sides. So Cash needs a lot of credit, because that's a position that he's not really accustomed to playing that much anymore. I think Luca Dean was brilliant in the width that he offered. Last season, we were sort of seeing that when we were tucking in slightly, it would look a little bit like that. And you'd see Luca Dean or Moreno just on that halfway line. But what we were seeing against Burnley is his positions were in and around there. We spoke about that in pre-season as well. Is that we don't want Luca Dean to be on the halfway line. Luca Dean's role is to be in that area. It's to be breaking into that area as well. So I think, personally, that when we go with the 3 centre-halves, it really does enable the left back to get further forward even more. But then when we do need to defend, we were defending really well in a really nice shape as well with Carlos and Pau. And then when we needed to double up on a Benson, we've got McGinn that was coming and helping support and doing the role out there as well. So what we've got is a fully functioning team that can do everything. It can defend, it can attack, it can play in possession, it can play on the counter, it can do everything. If we need to tuck in and defend a little bit more, we were seeing a little bit of the defensive shape looking like that at times. So I think this team under Unai Emery is being coached to the highest level. And I'm really, really enjoying watching us play. So if we go and have a little look at some of the stats then from this game, you can see here now what we've got is we've got the momentum bar of the game. Aston Villa are in the blue and Burnley are in the green. So you can see, especially in the first half, it was Villa that were on top for most of it. Second half, we had that spell. You can see at the start of the second half that Burnley are in the green at the top. And then Villa started to come into it. We got the goal, and then we started to dominate that half as well. So really, really good from Villa. I liked that we were under pressure in the second half and we came through it and we were able to defend really well and come out of it and then nick that goal. One thing that Emery spoke about after the game as well is that he spoke about having watched the Man City Burnley game, that the way that Burnley pressed and going man for man, that we weren't going to be able to have 8, 9 or 10 passes on the ball. We were going to have to play a little bit quicker. And that's probably why we played quicker on the counter-attack. We didn't have loads and loads of the ball, because you'll see in the numbers in a minute. But you can tell again that we're adaptable. We don't just go out and play the same style of football. It's not about, go on, lads, we play football. I want you to play like this every single week. It's those subtle tactical tweaks that give us the edge against a lot of teams and a lot of managers, and we will continue to do so as well, because our manager is forward thinking. He doesn't leave any stone unturned. So you can see here that the XG from the game, Villa had a 2.44, Burnley had a 0.69. We had 43% possession, which for Villa is pretty low at the minute. Away from home, we had 16 shots, 6 on target, 4 off target, 6 blocked shots. We had 6 corners. We had 12 free kicks. So, away from home, we're dominating those stats as well. If you can see as well, we had 4 big chances. We had big chances, 4 big chances missed, 2 counter-attacks, 2 counter-attack shots, 2 shots inside the box, 12. We made 447 passes, 83% passing accuracy, which compared to our last couple of games is quite low as well. We've been in the high 90s as well. 42% long ball accuracy. We had 69% dribble accuracy. We lost the ball 105 times. We won the majority of the duels compared to Burnley. We won 43 and they won 33. And aerial duels, they won 9 and we won 8. We made 14 tackles, 5 interceptions and 14 clearances. So you can see the XG shot map. Villa are in the blue, Burnley are in the claret. We had the shots with XG by the minute. Villa have the stars where there are our goals. And we have Burnley's danger creation was coming through the middle, quite central. Aston Villa's danger creation was through the centre, but you can see a little bit of a lighter blue on each wing as well. This was Burnley's passing network. So you can see that it was going from Trafford to O'Shea. O'Shea was going to Delcroix and Dakhil, and then it was going to Roberts in the middle. So it was they were quite narrow in the sense of them going through the middle. They had a little bit of width from Colliacho, and then when Goodmanson came on, he offered them a little bit more of an outlet on that right-hand side. This is Aston Villa's average positions from this game as well. So when I was talking about Luca Dean getting further forward past the halfway line, number 12, we've got Luis 6 and 44, Kamara in the double pivot. And then you've got the back three of Pau, Carlos and Konsa. Cash number 2. So the shape of that team is really good, allowing Luca Dean to go forward as well. And we're getting a lot of bodies forward. You can see that this is Aston Villa's passing network. So I spoke about in the player ratings, especially how good I felt Kamara played. And you can see here that there was a lot of strong dark blue lines. And you can see that Kamara was at a pivot point circled around Carlos, Luis, Diaby, Cash and Konsa. Look how advanced that Luca Dean is, and the ball from McGinn to Luca Dean as well. So Luca Dean breaks through the lines. McGinn finds that through ball, and then Aston Villa away. We've got a focal point of Watkins and Diaby. You can see that Cash is in an advanced position as well. And it's just a strong network. It's got width. It's got focal points. There's separation between all the players as well. So if you compare it to Burnley's, where you've got Berg, Cullen, Roberts, all sort of like stepping on each other's toes, whereas you compare that to Aston Villa's, where we're all in our sort of average positions. We've got great shape. So I think Villa's looks really good, to be fair. So if we have a look then at some of the main talking points from this game, you can see for the first goal especially, McGinn does really, really well in a tight area, crowded out by 4 players. He manages, and we spoke about this on the predicted lineup, how Haaland against Burnley was able to get some one-on-one opportunities and really stretch their back line. But if you have a look at Aston Villa in the opening phases of this game, we've technically got a 3-on-3. We've got players in space, players making forward runs. Great ball from McGinn, and that's what we want, stretching the opposition. It was a brilliant ball from Ollie Watkins, a little bit like the Duran last week, where you think it's got away from him a little bit, but he sort of recovers. It's a nice little dinks, finds Matty Cash on the back post, and it is 1-0 to Aston Villa, who is in his normal area as well. It is Diaby in his normal little space. Again, we saw some brilliant link-up play with Cash and Diaby for the second goal. Really intelligent running. A brilliant pick out from Diaby to find Matty Cash. So that was a good one. You can see as well, it was a great find, to be fair, to find Cash, and Cash's finish from there. You know, you think, oh, it looks a bit of a tapping, but that's a difficult finish. But again, that's our left back. That's our left back. Our left back is at the back post, unmarked. So if that ball went into Luca Dean, you know, that's another opportunity that we've got. But the way in which we play, the shape of our team, that is our left back right there. And it's mental, to be fair, but it's just working really well. It's giving him license to get forward. And I think that's why he's playing so well, because the system's working well. And I think that's why Luca Dean's playing so well at the minute, is that the shape of the team is allowing him to be in acres of space. He's in acres of space. He's just running onto through balls. He's head up, put a beautiful ball in, and he's finding his man, and he's playing really, really well, Luca Dean. So yeah, that's absolutely fantastic to see, because, you know, he's playing some of his best football that he's played in the Villa shirt. This one I really, really like. I just wanted to highlight the shape of our team with this graphic. So you've got Pau, you've got Carlos, and you've got Konsa. I imagine we're going to have sort of like a Luca Dean in and around that area there off screen. We've got the double pivot of Kamara and Luis, and then we've got forward players. John McGinn's got his hands up, making a running behind. And I just think this graphic just really does show that when we've got the ball and we're in possession of it, how it just enables the forward players to just concentrate on being forward players, making those runs, and the defensive shape is just really good. And I just love these three centre backs at the back. We have got then the Burnley goal where we've got Pau Torres is just the wrong side. Pau Torres really needs to be like there instead of being in front of him. If Pau Torres is slightly behind him, you can kind of see that he's already been rolled, and it's just an easy roll that he had on Pau Torres there. So I think Pau's positioning there just needs to be sort of a bit tighter on the opposite side, really. I think Pau's doing well. He's sort of adapting to it. I think his positioning's better now from some of the pre-season games. Apart from that, by the way, I think his positioning's getting better. I just think he needs to be a little bit touch tighter at times and just a little bit more aggressive. And I think that will come. I think with the ball at his feet, he's brilliant. It's just be a little bit more aggressive for me. And I think he'll be some player for Aston Villa. Shout out to Olsen, made a really good save from the header. There was an unmarked header here. So we had an unmarked player header across Olsen, and it was a really good save from Olsen. Now, this is some goal. This is some goal. One thing that you don't want to do against John McGinn, the worst thing you could do against John McGinn is get tight. You get tight to McGinn, you'll get rolled, and this player gets rolled. Now, if we have a look at Aston Villa's shape for this third goal, we've got two players. So you've got Watkins occupying two defenders. We've got a Diaby who's looking to make space. Watkins, whether he's going forward or behind, he's making a run that's going to give Diaby some space. But when we win this ball on transition now, all McGinn needs to do is play that ball. Play that ball into this space here, into Luca Dean. And that's exactly what he does. And that's what I was saying earlier about Luca Dean. All he's got to do is drive forward and pick his pass. And it's just working really, really well. And we can see from the next graphic that Luca Dean is in space, latching on. The Burnley players are all running towards their own goal. We've got Cash making a run on that far post as well. We've got Watkins busting a gut to get into that area as well. And then we've got Diaby, who's just going to bend his run, time his run nicely, and slot it in on the edge of the box. And it was a real nice, tidy finish. So absolutely loved it. This one, we've got Matty Cash, who is just shooting on sight at this point. But again, we're getting bodies forward. We're getting players into the box. Let's talk about some Zaniolo magic, shall we? I love this. I absolutely loved it. Little one-on-one, little Megs through his legs. It was class from Zaniolo. And he came on and made a real big impact, Zaniolo. I really enjoyed his debut. Oh, and then Watkins towards the end of the game had a big chance. And it was a save from the keeper. Yes, he probably should be doing better. Tight angle. We won the game 3-1. So, thoroughly enjoyable game. Plenty of positives. Plenty of players having really good games. Impressive debut from Zaniolo. I thought, he came on and I just really liked Villa. I like him, don't you? So it was a good performance from him. The shape of the team was really good. We created vast amount of chances. And it's a good recovery. It's a really, really good recovery now from the disappointing game at St James's Park to recover, and well, we're above Newcastle now. So that's interesting that we are now above Newcastle. So that's really good. But yeah, so who'd have thought, sort of, that from having and getting absolutely battered first day of the season to now recovering and being in 7th place, we've sort of got back to where we kind of should be. So now we can just keep working hard. Hopefully, I'm going to be very, very busy on Transfer Hub, and we've got some players that are going to be coming in, because I think if we can get some more bodies in, more players in, some creative players as well, maybe a defender, I think we're in really good shape still to have a really good season. And if we keep playing like that, doesn't matter who it is, because we're going to play everybody twice, and we don't beat teams that have just been promoted away from home hardly ever. And we were able to do so on Sunday. And you just got to beat what's in front of you. You just have to beat what is in front of you. I hate this, this whole, yeah, but it's only Everton. Yeah, but it's only Burnley. It doesn't matter who it is. It really doesn't. A win is a win. And if we play well, if we play well and beat Burnley, or we play well and beat Manchester City, you get 3 points. Emery's not one to dwell on, oh, yeah, we were great this day. He moves on straight away on to the next game. What's the next challenge? So, yes, it doesn't matter who we play. Every game in the Premier League is really, really difficult. So the fact that we're playing well against Burnley, we can't just be like, oh, it's only Burnley, because we've lost to teams like Burnley before. So all I want to see is Aston Villa playing well, creating chances, defending well, the shape of the team looking good, and players having really good individual performances. And that's all I ask for each week. So if we do that each week, we'll all be happy. So big performance, a tough place to go against a side who probably don't really fear anybody, really. And I think that's another good way to come about it. And, the goals impressed me, the way we played impressed me. But what impressed me most, and I'll be totally honest with you, was the fact that when we were under the cosh and we were 2-1 down, we came out of it and we got the third, and then we didn't look back after that. That impressed me the most in this game, that we were able to keep going and get back to our style and how we play. So that impressed me the most out of this game. So hopefully everybody's enjoyed our week's worth of content. It's been busy. And then we'll now turn our attention to Europe, baby. Let's beat Hibs at Villa Park. We're all going to Villa Park on Thursday to watch our team, who are 5-0 up in Europe. I can't wait for it. I don't care who it is. Hibs, whatever. We're in Europe. We're winning 5-0 on aggregate so far. Let's get to 10-0 on aggregate and enjoy our night. So really looking forward to it. We will have a Hibs preview, a Hibs predicted lineup, and then we will have fan cams for our European night under the lights. And then we'll turn our attention to Liverpool. No, we won't. We will turn our attention to deadline day. Deadline day on Friday. So we will have sort of a match preview out, I think, on Friday. But we will have, I imagine and I hope, plenty of episodes on Friday. We have new signings or in the week. So cheers, everyone. Thank you all for enjoying our content. If you have enjoyed it, subscribe, hit a like if you haven't already. Comment your thoughts. Up the Villa.